I think this is the biggest console mod drop that we've ever gotten in Baldur's Gate 3 with the Evelyn face mod, Transmogrification Lite, a ton of new spells, and things like body tattoos. This is a solid mod drop, and I can't wait to cover all things we got. The first one I really want to talk about is Transmogrification Lite by World Walker 42. This allows you to take the appearance of any type of armor, and you can swap it here with the Transmogrify skill that you're given. So if you want to have heavy armor that looks like the Wave Mother's robe, you can do it. This only works with in-game items currently, so there is some expansion packs to this if you wanted to use some of the different armor sets. They have it on a separate account, so some of the Fades equipment mods and things like that have had different appearances for this. So really excited to see this on console, and it works pretty easily. Like, you literally just have to drop down a piece of item or a piece of equipment there. And what's cool about this too is whenever you drop it down, you can make your current armor take those stats, or if you wanted to use if you wanted to get the benefits of, let's say, a cloak without having to wear a cloak, because some of them just don't look right on characters, you can actually make it so that you don't have any appearance and take the stats from things, and you can kind of share it between different team members, like the Cloak of Protection. So pretty cool with this. I'm very happy to see this getting added to console. And we got the Moon Head preset, so it kind of looks like the Evelyn. It's not perfectly the same, but this mod's made by Eclipse, and I was excited to see this because there's a lot of Eclipse mods that I really want to see come to console. So this is just the first of hopefully some many more. And Dawnstar's Water Spells mod here. So this is really cool. We actually got ourselves 2 different spell mods. I'll cover them a bit later in the video because there's a lot to go over. And there's also the Xanathar's additional spells mod, which adds Frostbite, Cantrips, Gust, Infestation, Magic Stone, Primal Savagery, Thunderclap, and Word of Radiance. First level spells absorb elements, Catapult, Cause Fear, Earth Tremor, and Zephyr Strike, and level 2 Dust Devil. Kind of similar to Mistress spells, so you can try it out to see if it's something that you may like. But we also got a very cool mod here with Rogue Tattoos. This is by Dungeons and Souls. This makes it so you can have body tattoos by using an override in the Draconic Bloodline selector, so you can really swap these out, give yourself whatever appearance you want, I guess, from all of these here. And I'm excited because I'm hoping we'll see some more tattoo and body tattoos come, because I think this really is interesting for people that want to go a heavy role-playing route. There's a lot of cool designs here. So yeah, Dungeons and Souls, fantastic mod that just got added. Further customization with Transmogrification Lite. We also got ourselves the Gravity Sorcerer. There's actually a lot of great subclasses here. So Gravity Sorcerer and the Death Knight. These are 2 very popular with the Gravity Sorcerer. I covered it previously by Acre_2. Amazing mod. I'm a huge fan of this one here. As a someone that loves Sorcerer, the Gravity Sorcerer is a whole lot of fun. I do have a build on it on my channel, so you can check that out. I'll link it also in the description, so you can check that out if you're interested, because I think this is really cool. But tonight's build guide video will be the Death Knight. This mod by BD Vard has over 100,000 downloads. I've actually covered this previously because I think it's really cool. So this is a custom class they made of the Source of Death, the Dark Servant, creation of the Death Knight. So you can read that information if you're curious, but it does get some cool abilities, kind of like a Paladin almost. So you have the Walking Dead, 2 cantrips, and what it looks like here, you got it loaded up. So like you have the Sapping Sting Necromancy cantrip doing a 1d4 necrotic damage, and draws life force out of targets. There's a few unique cantrips here: Caring for the Dying, help up down characters and heal them. You'll see the Otherworldly Grasp here. I will be posting a build guide on this later, so you can check that one out, because I think this class mod is fantastic. So yeah, Death Knight, you either choose between the Blood, the Frost, and the Unholy. It's kind of interesting. You may recognize these from somewhere else, but yeah, I love this. So excited to see this now on console. 100,000 downloads. This is a lot of fun. We also got the Shadow Domain Cleric by Sriracha here. So another amazing subclass for the Cleric. We've seen some others like the Scorch Domain, the Gust Domain. So hopefully we get all of these on here, because the Cleric subclasses are a lot of fun. So you get the domain spells here between Disguise Self, Hex, Darkness, Invisibility, Vampiric Touch, Hunger of Hadar, Blight, Greater Invisibility, Cloud Kill, and Destructive Wave. Cloud Kill is really good because it actually will pair with your Hero's Feast, so you can make your whole team immune to the poison damage and hide out in there. And Destructive Wave is a very powerful spell. So this is really fun. You get the Umbral Assault. When obscured, your weapon damages do additional 1d6 necrotic damage. So it's kind of meant to be more of a stealth-based class. I think this is really cool. You get Born into Darkness, immunity to blindness, so you can hide out in darkness if you really want to go for that type of playstyle. Really cool class. Yeah, we also got ourselves the Neil's Banging Bard Volume 2. I'll just go quickly through these pieces of equipment, because they do look similar to some things you may know from like the Fear Tailor Camp Clothing mod, just rehashed differently, because there's a bunch of outfits you can mix and match each of them. but it looks really nice. You can see here how it appears on the different body types. And yeah, I'm a big fan of all of Copperleaves mods. They've put out a ton of great different cosmetics, and this one just is another solid mod on their list. Now, this is huge because I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Graphic Fade made a change to their mod. There's now this Fade's camp equipment or camp chest mod, which now puts all their mods into the camp chest. So you can now access them if you'd like, or you can just play the original way and download these mods and just find them in the natural spots that they're put in. So this is just another one if people want to be able to just get all the items just for free. There's now a mod for that. I think that's great. Now we also have another Graphic Fade mod finally now on console too. We got the Oath and Order Paladin equipment. So this is a really fun one, giving a bunch of different items for Paladins in particular, and it actually has some really strong ones. I covered it previously when it first dropped on PC. It came out March 7th, and it's been really cool for different Paladin subclasses. We also got ourselves February's Heads. This mod drop was packed, guys. This is a wild mod, giving much more faces. So this is by Hurtwires here. They look great. I'll just quickly go through them here. I believe I covered this in another Mods of the Week video, and they look really nice here. So if this is something you're fancy, I always recommend for appearance mods, download and try it out, see it from all different angles, put on your hairstyles, try and see if you want to download. If not, you can always remove these mods, but this is a very quality one. We also got more Lydia's Heads. This is great because I know there's been people asking for half orc faces. So Playmon made this mod. They've actually made quite a few mods, so you may have noticed some of there's others in the past, like the Seraphina head. There's another one, Lydia's Heads, the body type 1 half orc volume 1. So this could be great if there's not very many half orc mods, so it's nice to see some more getting added. In addition to that, we have Lydia's Heads for body type 1 halflings volume 1. Again, some more face mods for different races, and I think that this is great for more customization options. There's also one for body type 1 gnomes, and you can see here, you make some very nice looking characters, so super solid new faces. Again, always great seeing things like this. We also got ourselves P4 hair colors. I thought this one was on console already, but it's new. I've used this mod quite a bit. So we look to our hair colors here. We got like the P4, black, auburn, pink, blonde pink, pumpkin, green leaves, brown leaves. I do have this mixed with another color, but you can kind of get the gist of how these colors go. So some really solid new options. I think they all look great. If you've watched my videos for a while, you'll have seen these probably hundreds of times. So it's one that I can vouch for as it being amazing. So I just want to cover this one here. They even have a very dark black as well. So yeah, P4 hair colors. In addition, we also got P4 Draconic Bloodline, giving some very vibrant colors if you want to role play as a Draconic Sorcerer a little bit more in depth with your bloodline color. So I think this is awesome. Another great Padme 4000 mod. They do a great job with these. We also got ourselves the Witch class by Mintriel here. So this one came out in December. Another witch. We already previously had one, but this is another solid one. I think I'm going to cover this in the future as well. So if you're curious, just let me know in the comments if you'd like to see this. It has craft spells that you get level 1, Shield of Faith, Bless, Mirror Image, Moonbeam, Glyph of Warding, Haste, Banishment, Wall of Fire, Flame Strikes, and Seeming. And yeah, I think I might cover this one in the future because I've looked at this and I've previously covered it briefly. It's nice to always see more types of classes that suit people, different people's fancies. We also got ourselves a feat every 1 level for the Mindweaver here. So another awesome mod to see for those that like this style. And also coatings last until long rest, which is great because poisons are kind of annoying to have to reapply them so often. So this will make it so they very useful and great for a rogue that kind of gives them a bit of a power spike for in terms of amount of damage you can deal. We also got ourselves AW's Library, and this is by A Loving Husband W. Love the name. So basically what this does is it is a prerequisite that you require for their other mods. So you got the Lightning Assassin. It doesn't say the Lightning Assassin's on console, but I've been told that it is on console. I didn't see it pop up for myself, so I just want to cover it here just in case it does pop up, because this is a dependency that's required for it, so it may work a little bit differently, but we'll probably see some more mods like this pop up if they have their Lightning Assassin now apparently available. Also cool to see is the Death Knight, more feats at every 2 levels, so this by BD Vard. We just covered a Death Knight here. Love to see this on console, and I'll cover this mod in a bit more, or the Death Knight in a bit more detail in tonight's video. Astarion Dice Set. So this just has a bunch of different symbols for Astarion on it. I think it's nice. If you're looking for something new, hey, could be for you. And we also got Ember's Lute, a music performance mod. Now, I covered the other Ember's Lute mod by Ari Fell here. There's the Haunted Lute, which came to console. But now we got this one, which I covered quite some time ago. It has the Vicious Rockery. This came out in August 2024. This is a mod that I covered a long time ago, and I love it. So happy to see this come to console. So yeah, Ember's Lute of Vicious Rockery. One of my favorite songs. You can perform with these ghosts. You can also perform with Alfira the Bard. Now for Dawnstar's Water Spells mod, there's quite a few options that you get. I think it's awesome. So we have things like the Minor Torrent Cantrip, unleashing a precise blade-like stream of water. Nearby enemies are wet, fire an additional beam that deals piercing damage. We also have the Wave Dancer, allows creature to be unaffected by difficult terrain, and its movement speed is increased by 3 meters, and it's immune to prone on ice and grease for 1 turn as a bonus action. Kind of a cool little cantrip there. Not super powerful, but just a nice boost. We have the Douse, shoot out a bolt of water, wetting the target. So great for setting up any type of lightning build, so you can double the damage of chain lightning. There's also a Frostbite 1d6. So this is from the Xanathar's spell mod as well. So we got both of these here. Really nice to see so many great new spell mods and different ways to build the custom or the classes that come with Baldur's Gate 3. So this is on the wizard spell list. We got Rogue Wave doing a 2d6 of bludgeoning damage, making creatures wet. So this is very overpowered if you have a Tempest Cleric, because you can do maximum damage with that. It's doubled. Creatures that fail a saving throw are pushed back 6 meters and fall prone. We have the Tears of Umberlee, great name. 3d8 of bludgeoning damage, hurl 3 compressed water bolts, each doing 1d4 of bludgeoning to anyone within 2 meters of the impact, knocking them off balance, and leaves a 3-meter wet surface. We also have the Absorb Elements from Xanathar's spells as well, and the Earth Tremor. Those are 2 that you can tell just by the icons there. Level 2 with water spells, we have the Drowning Grip, which is a 3d6 of bludgeoning damage, and gives disadvantage on attack rolls, and all incoming attacks will have advantage against them. We also got a fun one with Hydro Resistance, protect an ally from damage done from water spells, increase armor class by 5. They also become fire resistant and immune to burning. Bonus action, level 2 spell slot. And the Dust Devil spell is from the Xanathar spells. This does 1d8 of bludgeoning damage. Summon a Dust Devil that damages nearby enemies. You can move the devil for 10 turns. Into level 3 spells, we have Water Spout, 44 bludgeoning, call forth a vicious swirling mass of water to thrash anyone that enters, possibly leaving them maimed. And also the Water Torrent, doing a 5d8 of piercing damage, call forth a torrent of water that cuts through all creatures in his path, possibly make them bleed for 5 turns. So for level 3 spells, pretty solid. We also have Adri's Tiny Hut. You and your allies are revitalized as though you've taken a short rest. Creates a barrier that makes all creatures inside it immune to all damage for 10 turns. Pretty cool. Similar to Global Vulnerability. And this is a cool one. The Storm of Swords, doing a 4d10 plus 6 slashing damage, calling forth a razor sharp rain, slicing through creatures and making them bleed for 5 turns. This goes great with the aspect of the Wolverine from the Wild Heart Barbarian if you wanted to maim a bunch of targets and make them not move around. We also get the Flood, doing a 64 of bludgeoning damage and can knock targets prone, which is pretty sweet. Surround yourself with a pool of raging water. So yeah, they have continued awesome spells added here. For level 5 spells, we have Leech here, doing a 66 of necrotic damage, tear down the very essence of your foes and siphon half as much health points, fire up to 3 beams, each one doing 2 to 12 necrotic. And we got Geyser, doing a 5d8 of bludgeoning, summon for the Geyser when walked on by a foe erupting and possibly surprise unsuspecting victims. Great way to start combat, and I love seeing spells that make you encouraged to play a different playstyle. And for level 6 spells, we got Downpour, doing a 7d10 bludgeoning, draw moisture from the environment, concentrating to a vertical beam, and crushing force, causing a wet surface in a 5-meter radius, pushing creatures back 10 meters and knocking them prone. Pretty powerful. Level 6 spell, though, it's worthwhile. And Whirlpool, 60-10 bludgeoning, someone for the whirlpool that creates a water surface of 5-meter radius. You can pull creatures from 6 meters in its surrounding area, knocking them prone for 3 turns, potentially. Pretty crazy. Downpour and Whirlpool. So I'll show what these look like now. So a pretty good chunk of spells. You got them for pretty much all levels here, or for all levels, and they have some cool ways of playing. So we got things like our Rogue Wave here, so it can release water and it knocks people back. So big push there. I'm also playing as a Blade Singing Wizard. It looks sweet. We have the Flood here. So again, cool sound effects. Woo! Yeah, big ocean. That looks super awesome. I really do enjoy playing around with this mod. We have the Storm of Swords as well, so we can drop this down. And it drops down actual swords, looking amazing. And then we have the Downpour mod, or Downpour spell, which hits really hard as well. So you can see there, big, this mod pack is amazing. And yeah, we also got ourselves the Tears of the Umberlee, which we can use to launch in 3 different orbs there. Really cool. Yeah, the water visual effects look amazing. So yeah, we bring the storm with us and people don't want anything to do with it. It's really awesome. So yeah, this is a solid mod drop for consoles. So if you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. I appreciate everybody's support And this has been an awesome time for console mods, and I think we got some even more incredible things coming soon. So let me know which of these mods is your favorite in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.